30 Hardest Things to Admit to Parents, according to Reddit. Number 30. That I had just attempted to kill myself and needed to be taken to a hospital. A response to this reads, "I'm so glad you're still here to share this story. I hope your family was able to love and support you after you told them." A chilling reminder that there are some families that are not so supportive following a child's suicide attempt, you know? The bottom line is there are certain things that even your family don't need to be aware of, and here's hoping that you guys are making your way to a portion of your life where you have somebody to turn to that will be understanding and supportive in your time of crisis and need. And if you haven't reached that part of your life, then I hope you don't give up. Just hold on, because it'll get better. And if you feel like you're having difficulty, I recommend you seeking out, I want to say arenas that cater to your interest. So that if there are other people out there that share your interest, it'll be easy for you guys to have something in common, something mutual. But not to be a downer, let's continue up. Number 29, definitely coming out to them. That was a painful experience. They didn't react in a blatantly negative manner. They rather went with the always so healthy routine of denial. Well, that's typical of any parent, I would imagine, you know? They know better than you do as far as they're concerned. Like, in their mind, they know what's up, and you are just a child, you know, wading your way through life, having to come to some of the conclusions that they already came to. The thing that a lot of parents forget is that even if their child was identical to them, which is impossible, cat subscribed on YouTube, even if their child wasn't identical to them, the circumstances in which we have grown up, you know, in which the child will grow up, is so different to that of the adult, like what things were like for them growing up, that it's impossible. It's impossible for them to speak, having so little an idea of what it's like to be coming up in their shoes. Number 28. I had to tell my mom that her 2-year-old son had fallen out a window. It was on the 2nd story and was over the driveway. I was around 10 years old, still get nauseous remembering that run to her room. My brother survived. He was in the hospital for 2 months, had a skull fracture. In that moment, of course, we had no idea if he was going to make it. Blah, blah, blah. The 2-year-old fell out of a window. Holy shit. Well, that's some gangster ass shit. I mean, not in a good way, you know. We're not here to enjoy the misfortune of other people, but that's pretty intense, man. You know, maybe you lock the windows in a room that you're not, you know. I'm not even going to try and play like the high and mighty card where I imagine a child should be supervised every minute of every goddamn day. It's next to impossible. It's next to impossible. Give me a second. Well, fuck me, man. Secure them damn windows. Give me a second here. Trying to just hot fix an issue I'm trying to not have in the future. Oh shit, I can't change that while the stream is going. I apologize. We'll fix it pushing towards the future, though. And, I think the streams will, be in 720 going forward. As we continue, number 27, I had to tell my parents that I was leaving high school to become a hairdresser and that I was also not gay. Well, it's a profession. Are you serious? Now what are we gonna do with all of this glitter? Like the idea of the parents upset. Ain't that something? Number 26. My younger sister's husband called me to tell me that the baby that my sister, his wife, was carrying had died in utero. He asked me in between sobs to call my parents because my sister wanted everyone to come to the hospital before she was put into induced labor to give birth to her stillborn daughter. So I called my parents, who were in a cafe. First thing my mom said naturally, considering what day it was "Happy birthday, Janie." There was no way to break the news nicely, so I just told her that sister and sister's husband, baby was stillborn, and we were all to meet them in the hospital. I'll never forget the sound of my mom wailing with heartbreak in our local cafe. Jeez. I hope it doesn't get, particularly worse. Number 25. I didn't have a date to prom. Aw. They built it up and hyped it up for months. Told me that they would pay for everything. It's funny, they wrote Psy instead of pay. Psy like Gangnam Style. I like the idea that they were gonna get him to come perform, as if he'd still be relevant. Sexy lady in the limo, Whoop, 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 whoop. Number 24. I've never been close with my mom, and she was really abusive growing up, but I'm very, very close to my grandmother. Telling her I was moving across the country was the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. I know it broke her heart, but she understood why that I had to go, and to this day says it was the best decision that I ever made. Now I'm waiting for biopsy results to find out if I have uterine cancer. Fortunately, the chances are very low, about 4%, but if I do, I don't know how I'm going to break that news to her. They update and say that they got the results, and they came back benign. Thank you so much for the support and well wishes. Yeah. Michael Davis asks, what's the question of this list?
Hail, less than 3.
And thank you to Prelude for that donation. I appreciate you, my man. Doing the zoop finger snap. You know what I'm talking about, my man? I add a snap to it. I don't know if Zoop has just the guns, but I feel like you can't even do the finger guns without a good snap. You know what I'm talking about? Bam. So thank you to Prelude. The question being asked, since Michael Davis asks again, is the 30 hardest things to admit to parents. And in the interest of clarity, the Ask Reddit question is, what is the hardest thing you've ever had to tell your parents? So, rolling up, we're at 23. I haven't done it yet. Well, damn, Commander Root. I want you to be Commander Groot. That's right, I'm some kind of Marvel homo. Number 23. I haven't done it yet, but I found out through Ancestry DNA that my father was adopted by his grandparents. Wait, my father was adopted by my grandparents. Sorry. That would be a much more interesting entry. Except that they are actually his grandparents. What? It turns out his sister was actually his mother? After getting in touch with some relatives I never even knew about, but who knew my dad when they were kids, they all confirmed this to be the case. It was a family secret that my father was not supposed to know about. Everything I thought I knew about my father's side of the family is now upended. I was contracted by a guy whose half-uncle is my dad's actual father. Putting my father's picture next to the guy's picture is like looking at twins. I always thought my grandmother, now my great-grandmother, was kind of old to have a kid when my father was first born. She had been in her mid-40s, but I just thought whatever. In the photos of my now great-grandfather, whom I never met, looked nothing like my father at all, no resemblance. I'm struggling with how to approach my dad about this. He's 84 now. I kind of think he found out the truth over 50 years ago when he abruptly moved us all out to California to North Carolina, or from now California to North Carolina, and never contacted anybody from his family again. Like never. So if he did know, then he's been lying to us for 50 plus years. If he didn't know, it might be a terrible shock. I don't know what I should do. Keep your damn mouth shut. How is this even a question? This person responds, unpopular opinion, so yes, I'm ready for the downvotes. If I were OP's father, I'm not sure I'd want to know. Finding out about this at 84 is basically being told that your parents were never there for you. Also, that's losing a sister and trust in your family. Yeah, 84 years is a little too late. Just let them run that course. You know what I mean? Let them finish that race with their head held high. You know what I'm talking about? Life is bittersweet enough. Do you know what I mean? Life is bittersweet enough. Bass clarinet is saying anyone can play an instrument with no lessons. It's true, my man. You know, all you need is that confidence. That's such an old Kyle joke that I think it's been lost to time. Oh. Yeah, Stripes chimes in saying that was a reference only OG Kyle fans will remember. You kind of just had to be there. Oh my god. Whoa, Prelude said that his car got broken into last night. Nothing was taken but his checkbook. I hope they saw that I only pay for daycare. Fucking people, dude. They don't care, man. They out there to make that money. They don't care what you do. A thief is a thief, you know? A thief is a thief. That's unbelievable. I'm sorry to hear it. I hope that you've situated yourself and like corrected anything that might go wrong. Oh, man. That sucks so bad, dude. That sucks so bad. Only thing worse than having your car broken into is having your damn house broken into. And that's something that you'll never really recover from, you know? It truly sucks. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 22. I got home from school and my mom had already received a phone call from my principal. I had to tell her that it was true. My teacher had been touching me. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Someone responds, I'm sorry this happened to you. You're not alone. Please make sure to reach out and find healing. Oh my God. That's pretty fucked up. That's pretty fucked up. Number 21. My wife and I were pursuing an adoption. It would have been my parents' first grandchild. Unfortunately, the adoption failed. We've since successfully adopted. My parents have both children's photos on their mantle. That's so sweet. You know, that's very sweet. Valkyrie says they can't remember where they put their Amazon gift cards. Yeah, man, that's not something that you want to misplace. I hope you find them. As we continue up to the final 20. Yeah, I say shit like that. I say shit like that. What the fuck? It reads as follows. Get out of the way. Okay. Number 20. This happened when I was 23 and had recently moved back in with my parents. I had met someone in a different state and was going to fly there to meet him after only a month of talking, texting, and video chatting. You son of a bitch! Sorry. I lived in Oregon, and he lived about 760 miles away in California. I'm sorry. Never mind. No. I'm sorry. Okay. I was going to meet a person in another state and was going to fly to meet them after speaking for only a month of texting, video chatting, blah, 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 blah. I lived in Oregon. He lived about 760 miles away in California. We met through eHarmony. My dad was convinced that the day I left for the airport was going to be the last day he saw his daughter alive. I gave my parents all my flight information, the make and model of his vehicle, his cell phone number, a picture of him, and his license plate of his car. I was trying to be smart with a potentially unsmart decision. About 8 months after that, I had to tell my parents that I was moving to California to live with him. It was perfect timing in my life, and I felt like it was something that I just had to do. My parents helped me move down to California to finally meet him, and they did not agree with my decision, but were still supportive. We got married in October and are expecting our first child in a few weeks. He also has a really good relationship with my parents. He is always asking my dad for advice, and my dad finally has the son that he always wanted. Well, this is just gay. I mean, good for them, whatever. Well, we're here for that drama. We don't want anybody's hearts to get broken or, people to get fucked over. But we need a little bit of that spicy drama now. And this happily ever after shit can get the fuck off my list, baby. You like that fierce snap? Does that turn somebody on? You know what I'm talking about? Get over here, girl. Kyle, such fucking snapping. Number 19. That I was being suspended because the security had caught me and my then girlfriend having sex in the back of a car in the school parking lot.
Mom, Dad, you know Becky, right? They caught us fucking, Mom. They caught us fucking, Mom. Mom, chill, Mom. Alright, Mom, I'm also gay, Mom. I was only doing it so that they would get off my back about the gay stuff. See, it's a really complicated situation at school, Mom. They don't like gay people. I had to fuck Becky as a backup. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, Mom? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Mom. Mom, you know what I mean, Mom.
Number 18. I had to tell my mother she had less than a month to live. Why the fuck did you have to tell her? You the doctor over here? Ma'am. I'm sorry. Gotta get this butter slice shit out of these lists. Okay. Number 17. When my best friend begged me to tell my parents what I'd done, I went to their room at 2 a.m. and they were awake and just looked at me. Of course they knew something was wrong. Telling my dad I had overdosed in a suicide attempt was literally the hardest thing to ever tell anyone. He didn't even react much, just went silent and drove me to the hospital. Wow. Oh boy. Some people just disappoint, they ain't even mad. Son, I ain't even mad, I am just disappointed. 16. It's me, Dad. Your son. Having a parent who suffers from Alzheimer's is fucking heartbreaking. Ooh. We gotta get out of here. Number 15. I had to call and tell them that I had to put my university course on hold again because I tried to kill myself again. Dude. He goes on to say it didn't help that my parents didn't believe in depression. Okay, well, that's a compound situation too. Because, some people, believe it or not, I think everybody, they'll say that they'll be supportive. They'll say that, they'll always be there for you, etc. But everybody has a limit. And everybody can't exercise patience the way that some people can. And I say that to say this. Some people are definitely willing to be there for a person after their suicide attempt. They're depressed, they're down, they see no other way out, they are without hope, they feel miserable, they feel like they have no one they can talk to, they can run to, they have no escape or outlet. So some people are definitely willing to go out of their way to go above and beyond to be there for somebody who is in their time of need. If they suicide attempt again, baby, yeah, maybe these people will still be willing to go out of their way and be there in their time of need. But after like the third time, wait a minute, not all of those people are going to be willing to be there. That's not their obligation, to keep this person tethered to life, nor is it their choice. Okay. You can't babysit You can't even, if you had a child right now, you couldn't babysit that kid every minute of every hour of every day for the rest of your life. You have to sleep, baby. You have to take a shit. You can't be carrying that kid in the bathroom with you every fucking, you know what I mean? The bottom line is, this is their own person. And if they decide that what they want to do is take their own life, there's nothing that you can do to stop them. Sorry. You can't stop them. So, yes, some people do run out of patience as it pertains to their capacity. Whoa. Well, I appreciate that, sir. Cuddle. Thank you, my man, for that Twitch subscription, baby. Special shout out to the stream boss Vanessa for staying amazing, staying righteous in this time of need. I'm depressed. I'm gonna virtually kill myself, but not really. Not really kill myself, just virtually, you know what I mean? Like I'd lose a life. Like, you ever seen the show Reboot? Let's not think about Reboot. That's a bad show. It's an alright show. Wasn't great though. It was something to watch. Okay. What was I talking about? Some people are gonna run out of shits to give. They're gonna run out of fucks to give. All right. And that's how some parents are, believe it or not. They got a kid and little Billy out here committing suicide or trying, and then he fails. Oh my God, what do we got to do now to help this little motherfucker? You know what I mean? Look, the bill's piling up. We got to send him to some kind of clinic or some, you know, situation. That's one situation in itself. Now, I stack cake with some parents that straight up don't believe in depression, who, as far as they're concerned, oh, you have everything to live for. I wish I had the life that you had. You know what I mean? They just don't get it. They just don't get it, bro. Ooh, these kids in a sticky situation. So try to help some people if you can. If you see that they need help, don't let them use you now. Okay, don't get taken advantage of. But know that some people are living in a world where the people that are raising them, they can't even tell them what's going down, because, you know, there's this one video that Queen showed me recently where a dude jumped in front of a train. Like he jumped down onto the train tracks trying to take his life, and then the train slowed down. The train slowed down so he didn't get killed, and people were yelling at him. People were yelling at him. Okay. Which is, you know, I wouldn't say it's super funny. Okay. But suicide, maybe. Let me try this. I'ma just
This is the big hand. Yo, man, get your ass out of here, man. We won't go fuck home, man.
Yeah, I gotta go to work, bro. You fucking up, son. So with
My
you.
man, go somewhere else and commit suicide. Nigga, you won't go home. Fuck home, man. Get your ass up out of here,
beat
man.
your ass, stupid fuck. Yeah, get the fuck up here so I can fuck you up, nigga.
And as you can hear, someone said, get the fuck up here so I can fuck you up. Okay. Now, these are strangers, so of course, maybe these people don't need to be so supportive of some random person trying to commit suicide, but I just bring it up as kind of like a little outside perspective on the fact that some people are just like this. They're not about that. In that specific scenario, yes, a bunch of people were mad because this guy would be affecting them personally in their life, trying to get home. You know, this guy would be ruining their ability to do so. So they were mad at him, but you know, oh boy. Don't say fuck this guy, Michael Davis. The reason he was smiling is because he was kind of embarrassed. You can tell it's a smile of embarrassment, like this plan didn't go well. He immediately pulls out his phone, you know, because he probably sent a whole bunch of, you know, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm on the train tracks now text messages, you know. It's kind of, you know, it's pathetic is what it is. It's pathetic. But look, there are only 14 entries left in this list. We are going to destroy them. I'm going to get this list up on YouTube. And we're going to figure some stuff out, babies. Love ya. Number 14 on the list of 30 hardest things to admit to parents reads, Mom, we're moving out of your house into a home. Guilt? Oh, we're moving you out of your house into a home. Oh, shit. Man, that's some heavy shit. That's some heavy shit right there. You know? I don't know. I don't know. That's pretty intense. Stripes asks how many subs I need for another emote. I have no idea. I'll find out for you. Number 13 though. One morning, I got a call. Wait, is this too big? It's too big. Gonna adjust that. Alright. Number 13. One morning, I got a call from a police officer who told me that my sister was found dead in her apartment and that she apparently died of a heroin overdose. She was living in another city, and I hadn't spoke to her for 2 to 3 weeks. We knew she was addicted, but went through recovery and was doing fine. Back in her job and had her life back on track for nearly a year. I can't even remember the words or what exactly he told me, because it was sweeping me right off my feet. I just told him to hold on, please hold on, I need to find a chair, and suddenly my husband was there, and talking to the man on the phone. I had to tell my parents. We drove over. My mother was alone in the kitchen, and I internally screamed because my dad wasn't there. He had a small workshop and went there in the morning. So I told my mother, and she just dropped onto the floor with the most horrific scream I ever heard from my mom. I then walked over to the workshop because I didn't want to tell my dad over the phone. I just said her name, and he knew. He fucking knew right away, and he just held me while we both cried, and then we went back to my mom. Yep, that was a really shitty day. It's been 7 years since I lost my sister, and I still go through severe depression the weeks leading up to the date of her death. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, cool. Stripes just said that the single emote that I have is gay. Let me hit this bitch with an emote real quick. Yeah. Yeah. Hoe ass. Number 12. That my husband beat the crap out of me, then went to bed and overdosed on pain pills. They thought we were the perfect couple. Ooh. Beat the shit out of you and then overdosed on pain pills. This is a pretty dank list. Not in a good way. Just saying. Gomi says it's a great emote. Gomi knows what's up. Gomi looking for an ass smack. Slap it on some ass. Number 11. That their seemingly normal infant grandson had a terminal disorder and had maybe 4 years to live. Dude. Dude, it's harder for the mom to know that though, you know, you're telling the grandparents of a kid that is fucked up, you know, it ain't that bad. It's bad news for the parents, son. Shit. Ooh, that's hard. Okay. Number 10. My ex and I of 10 years amicably split up after 3 months or 3 months before our wedding date. When we told my parents together, I'm 100% positive they were expecting us to tell them that she was pregnant.
Yes, please.
I think Hannah was cheering at the idea of an ass slap. You can't do shit like that, Hannah. You can't do shit like that. Come on now. Thank you, Hannah, for the cheer, I say, as my eyes roll back into my head and I become another okay, yeah, I'd love to evolve. I'd love to evolve into Slimmer Kyle. You know what I'm talking about? I should just drop this whole list and go stand on the fucking channel. I mean, on the treadmill for the whole rest of the list. Fuck that. All right, how about that? Number 9.
Stop me.
You know, thank you for that, you know, but what I see, you know, I hear the phrase stop me, and of course I'm thinking about Jim Carrey in The Mask. I want to put that in the video so bad, right? But they would strike the hell out of me. They can't stop a gift though. Oh my God. What a weird movie. Okay, let's get back to this. Number 9, that I had known for 10 years about the half-sibling that I wasn't supposed to know about. Please God, let there be some sort of Hugo. You know, it's a Simpsons reference in the comment section. Okay, somebody goes, something similar happened to me. My dad was married to another woman before my mom, and he had a daughter with her. My mom does not know. Oh no, my mom does not want me to know about her, but I just recently found out about her existence. Her and I are going to hang out soon. Pfft, nerds. Number 8. When I was in high school, I worked at a fast food place. I would offer a senior discount despite it not being asked for by the customer. I would then proceed to charge them the full rate of the order and pocket the discount. Well, over the course of a couple of weeks, I had enough money to buy a Sony PSP. I would do this on weekends for party money, gas money, because I thought I could get away with it. One day I came into work as normal and was there for maybe an hour and was pulled into the office. My manager sent her husband through the drive-thru to see if I would offer the discount unprovoked. I did, and I was fired on the spot. I was told that the police would meet me at my house, and I should probably let my parents know before they get there. I proceeded to freak out and was inconsolable. It took me forever to get home, even though I lived 5 minutes away. I told my parents and was nervously waiting for the cops to show up. No cops ever came.
Slap it on some toast.
Slap that on some toast, baby. Thank you, Stripes, for that hotshot Bing Bong sponsorship. I didn't know you had it like that. You got it that don't know how to act slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Thank you once again, Stripes. Hotshot Bing Bong salad. Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and check out, you know, if I could add a new emote right now. Add new emote. Twitch. If I could add a new emote soon, what should it be? What should it be? Discuss it amongst yourselves. Wow. The cops never showed up. My parents grounded me for the whole summer. Damn. I am so ungrateful. Oh no, I'm so grateful I was caught. I know it was something I would have continued to do if I wouldn't have been caught. I went back to that establishment a few years later and thanked the manager for what she had done, and I apologized for everything. If I had money, I would have paid it all back. I was never told a total of how much I had taken or tallied it up myself at any point, but if I had to guess, it would have been close to $1,000. You embezzler. It's called theft, baby. You stupid little bitch. You stupid little bitch. You stupid little bitch. You fucking thief. Number 7. Telling my parents that I flunked out of college was the hardest thing for me. I was terrified for weeks. Yeah, some people just scared of their parents, and they have reason to be. Oh man, what do you think it should be? You know? The bleach emoji is the best emoji. You are such a nobody loser. Why are you so mad? Because you know that it's what you want to drink and it scares you. That emoji scares you. Okay? Don't let it scare you. Embrace the bleach. Embrace the bleach you do. Okay? Now, if you all had to decide on a good next emote, what do you think it should be? Should it be something from the YouTube channel that you guys can use as an emote there? What should it be? Number 6. Our parents gave up on being big grandparents, but they announced my wife was pregnant. No, but then announced my wife was pregnant? The next day she had a miscarriage. Okay. Hannah says the Patrick emote. Stripes wants Kermit. I don't know what can-a-gun is. Can-a-gun? Number 5. To my widowed mom, that if she didn't start using the internet safely, she fell victim to romance scams and stopped sending money that she didn't have to strangers, she's definitely on a fixed income, that I get power of attorney over her and her finances. It sucks having to parent your parent. Well, she dead now, homie. You ain't got to worry about that. She is dead as the day that she came into existence, but the day before that. The dragon lolly. I made a canna that put a gun in her mouth? Or did I really do that? Is that something I did? I can't remember with me sometimes. I'm so crazy. Where would I find something like that? In the community portion? Sponsorships? Maybe? Yeah, custom emojis? Let's see here. No, I just had a dragon lolly, a Patrick, Lisa, and a Kermit. Yeah, I didn't put the gun one. Oh, it's on Discord. Interesting. Is that what you guys want? If that's what you discern. Jiggle-em, bing-bong, miggledy stride. Number 4. After my first major suicide attempt, I confessed to my mom that my neighbor had raped me as a child. And that was the reason I was so depressed and unhappy all the time. After about 6 months of therapy, I had to tell my mom and my stepdad that not only did my neighbor do that to me, my father did too. The look of pure heartbreak and anguish on her face is something I know I'll never forget. Bro, kitty diddling in every list. Look. Hannah says Patrick. Prelude says Patrick. If more people want the dragon lolly with the gun in their mouth, so be it. But it seems like I have 2 for Patrick. You know? And I guess I should also ask the people on YouTube, even though they're not here right now, but maybe they have obligations or were not properly informed that the stream would be taking place at this time. And I have to extend that to them. So based on what people suggest, leave a comment about it. I will fuck that up just for you. Number 3, that my sister was spreading lies about the family to her friends to get attention and pity. Oh boy. She told them things like,
Stepdad hits mom because he's a
blank. They cover it up for him. Okay. I'm actually a twin, but he died when we were 6 years old. Some were horrible, all about being abused and how my family was rich, but she never got any money, food, adequate shelter, because we hate her so much. I watched their faces go from confused to angry to sad, and it broke my heart. Oh my God. Linda says Patrick, so it looks like they win. And then Hannah said I would use the Patrick emoji right now. Oh my God, you guys are cruel. Number 2 on this list. Damn. Damn. That's a long entry. Okay. I had to call my mom and tell her that I found my dad dead. Jeez. I had to call a few family members and tell them that. That was pretty shitty, as mornings go. Hey, the rest is just an edit. Maybe we can get away with not reading the rest of it, maybe. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? I can get away with not reading it. Some people have asked me what happened. It is therapeutic to talk about in a way. My father lived in a state where the healthcare isn't as most Americans know it. Where he lived, sometimes you had to go to the hospital in a different location, so there wasn't a hospital near you that could deal with the situation. He was sick, had multiple illnesses, one of which was cancer, for which he needed chemotherapy. The hospital in the town/city he lived in did not administer this type of chemotherapy, so he was sent to another hospital in a larger city. The hospital was quite a distance from home, so we flew there and stayed in a hotel during his treatment. My brother and I had been rotating every 3 weeks to stay with him and help him out, as we lived halfway across the country from him. He had his first round of chemo that day. My brother and I were making the transition, and my brother left to go back home that evening. I worked from the night. Jesus Christ. Give me a second. I worked that night from the hotel while watching over my dad, and things went surprisingly well. Well, I wrapped up work for the night, and he and I went to bed. I woke up in the morning to find my father had passed away in his sleep. I recall at some point in the night he was breathing funny, like he was running. I heard it in my sleep, or half-sleep state, and remember thinking that it was odd, but didn't really think much of it. When I woke up, I just knew he was gone. I could not tell you what it was, but something in me just knew that he had died. He was a do not resuscitate, and I had been present when he had that conversation with his doctors, so I know even if I had been awake when he took his last breaths, that there really was nothing that I could have done in good conscience. I called 911. I wasn't sure what else to do. Paramedics responded and pronounced him at the scene. Police arrived about the same time, and being the last one to see him and having been in the same room when he died, the police treated it as an investigation. They were very apologetic about it, but I didn't blame them, and they didn't know me and obviously had no clue if I might be responsible for something suspicious. I started making calls while they were documenting the room. They counted my father's pills, took photos of all the paperwork from the doctors, and I think they did a quick search of me and my father's luggage. Again, very apologetic, but the entire ordeal, between questions from the police, I was making calls to my brother, my mother, my wife, and my sister-in-law. It is a feeling I can't describe, other than to call it soul-crushing. But calling a loved one, knowing you are going to destroy their world, is awful. The local police department was very helpful and even offered to contact the PDs where my loved ones were to send local police officers to break the news. But I felt it should come from me, not some random officer. Hearing that hello when your loved one picked up the phone was horrifying, as I knew what I was going to say next was going to break them down. I caught my brother in transit because he was on his way home, and I was able to grab another flight back to help me within 6 hours. Bro, what? I just destroyed that. I will always be grateful for that. The part that haunts me now is if I could have done anything differently. Knowing I was that close and couldn't save him will haunt me worse than anything. The second worst was making those 4 phone calls knowing what the result will be for the person on the other end of the phone. Heavy stuff. Number 1, that I had cancer. Fuck me, cancer. I live overseas and I know how my parents miss me. I can only imagine how they felt while I was 10,000 miles away battling it. I tried to be super positive about it. Mom only wanted to hear as much as was necessary, and Dad kept on talking about all the ways that I could die or things that could go wrong. It was his way of working out the situation. I've been cancer-free for 6 months now, though. Wow. Here's hoping it doesn't come back, man. Cancer's the worst sequel to ever hit, and the sequels. Spotify really trying to make niggas listen to Drake, and I'm not interested. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, yeah. Oh my god. You know? Who did he pay? You know? I don't care for Drake. I need y'all to know. You know, go crazy in the comment section. And wake the fuck up while you're at it. If you're crazy about Drake, you need to open your fucking mind and ears to every other fucking artist out there, baby. Stop listening to what's at the top of some bullshit and go lose yourself somewhere. Japanese Zeros getting torn up by warships. Dude, that'd be fucking cool, but I can't fucking know. It's just a plane. Probably can't watch that. Alright. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. And have an even better evening. I recently rediscovered a show. A BBC show that they ended up airing on Adult Swim, and I've been trying to re-enjoy that, and that's super cool. But you guys will see me sooner than you expect, and I'm gonna try to record another list, but I know it's gonna be super short. I also want to start doing writing prompts, where I go to a subreddit called Writing Prompts, which is a place that, as it describes, people just write a prompt. You know, here's a prompt. It says, you are a psychiatrist for gods, superheroes, villains, demons, and, you know, supernatural bullshit. This is cool. Basically, in order to find you, a being must have the ability to alter reality. Your new client appears to be a normal human being. Interesting. Interesting. Well, there's that. I'll be reading that prompt later. And hopefully more prompts in the future days to come. So I'm going to throw this at YouTube. Anybody who's watching this on YouTube, please come subscribe on Twitch. Or, you know, follow on Twitch. And then you'll be able to see these live whenever I go live. There's also an add-on for Chrome that you can install to notify you whenever I go live. And hopefully that will help you. Hopefully that will help you. Oh crap, Linda saying, oh Kyle, will you do more Detroit later? Later like tomorrow maybe, you know what I'm talking about? And Stripe says Splatoon. Splatoon's gonna get its own minimum hour stream, I promise you. And I'll probably, if I don't record it tonight, I'll do it live tomorrow, you know? So I love you. I hope everybody's having a fantastic night. I'm here for you if you need me. I hope you just feel great and you feel better as you transition from today into tomorrow. Into tomorrow. And I'm totally here for you. Sir Caro says there are some really good responses to the writing prompts sometimes. Yeah, I'm going to try to knock out a couple of those and just see how people like them. They're there for people who want it, you know? I'm not trying to catch anything crazy. I just want there to be something to listen to if people want that. Plus, I'll leave more of my, let's say, colorful thoughts out of the writing prompts video. And I hope people enjoy it. So, I love you all. Catch me soon. And stay out of trouble. Bye.